Thank you to our friends at Aditya Ayurveda Colombo. Now, you are someone who loves Sri Lanka and everything that is so pure and original about it. Well, this is the real form of pure. They are hailing in Anuradhapura for so many years with the best set of Ayurveda practices that they can give you, and also it just makes you feel so good and rejuvenated because they have the professionals working on your aches, pains, or even just total relaxation. Now this whole form of art has been brought into the heart of Colombo, making it so much more accessible for people who have tight schedules. So I would like to give you this experience at Aditya Ayurveda.
Wow, thank you so much.
So when you're done shooting with the Vabdas, you can come and enjoy a nice relaxation.
I love it. Yeah, I'm definitely going to enjoy it. I like Ayurveda. It's very cool.
Amazing. All right, so do check out Aditya Ayurveda today.
Danu on Fire, powered by
Celeste Daily. Missing something? Just Celeste it.
I just say it.
Welcome to Danu on Fire. We're checking out T Avenue today, and thank you for joining us. Today I'm speaking to this long-haired wonder man called Jason.
Long hair. Wonder Man. That's good.
Thanks. I just needed to come up with something interesting. You have just completely said no to the city life in Colombo, and you're living in the wilderness somewhere these days. Where?
That's not true. No, I'm going on a shoot into the wilderness.
Yeah.
I'm actually doing a piece on the indigenous people of Sri Lanka.
Do you have to also look like that?
Honestly, I think it makes me feel like now I'm connecting closer with them. Why is long hair important?
Do you shoot with them throughout the day, or you come back to a hotel or to a room?
Well, in this particular case, we're doing a piece specifically on a documentary we're producing, which is like where your food comes from. And I think the indigenous people, we're specifically focusing on them before colonization and then after colonization. So like there are different parts to this story, but yes, I do film with them and then we'll come back here obviously to civilization.
Yeah, means on the same day?
Yes, not on the same day, no. It's like
no, I just wanted to know whether you are like hunting things and just...
Not here in Sri Lanka, you can't hunt. You can't hunt in Sri Lanka,
No,
but but yes, elsewhere in the world,
I would.
Yes.
Do you? Would I see you scraping two rocks to create fire?
Probably, yes. I mean, it's very important skills to learn. I'm very interested in understanding how we used to do things, which I think in today's world, people are actually focusing on indigenous cultures and how they used to do things in the past, like regenerative agriculture, to how they used to farm was far more healthier to the environment, better for the environment than the way we're doing it today. So yes,
and
you will see me do things.
Yeah.
Doing things in the wilderness.
Like if you have to say it in Sinhalese, it's going to be really bad.
How would you say it?
Like two rocks if I'm going to be scraping it.
That's good. That's clever. That's very clever.
Kapanoa. Please tell me, so this is your ongoing project, and where is it going to be televised?
So there is a streaming platform that we're potentially going to have it on. Since we're in production right now, I cannot say.
Really?
But yes, it is going to make Sri Lanka very proud to be on this platform.
Oh, right. It's already there.
It will be there.
Means the platform is already there.
Yes.
It's a known platform.
I could say it, yes.
Is it red or blue?
I can't say that.
Oh, tell me that. That's nothing wrong with that.
No, it's a platform, but that's all I can say. Yeah. It's a platform.
Right. Okay. I hope it's red. Okay. Do you all need actors for this scene as well, or are you using the real people?
We're using the real people. It's really cool because, I mean, the sad thing is that the next generation of our indigenous communities do not want to be a part of that lifestyle. And so I would say this is the last time we'll have a really good chance of documenting authentic indigenous culture as close to what it was in the past as best as we can during this time frame.
Yeah, brilliant. So this is a part of your work that you're doing in the US?
Yes, yeah. So this particular series that we started producing about 1.5 years ago is focusing on, because the West has bigger problems than we do. Bigger problems in the sense like it may look rosy, but they actually don't know what food is. Like if you think about in Sri Lanka, you would know where your hal or where your rice and stuff actually would come from. If you actually put some thought into it, you would be able to know it's this farm that it comes from, or this is where my beef comes from. In America, it's very different.
I thought it's like from the fridge.
It's not really. That's what I'm saying. Like that, everybody thinks food comes from the grocery store,
Yeah,
and when
from the fridge,
right,
yeah.
And so that's sad because then there's no human connection to it.
Just means they're dumb.
Yes and no, because I mean it's also a system, right? Like
Yeah.
if you grow up in a system that tells you, hey, this is where you get your food from a grocery store, you're not going to kind of branch out from there. Sri Lanka, we have so many. It's very difficult to source one. Like you don't go to one store to get everything.
No,
you want.
we want to bargain and see where's the best dal coming from and
Exactly.
all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so we're always open to trying different places. We will, like for example, the Meekiri, you would be able to connect with the buffalo herder directly if you so wanted to. In America, it's different. It's systemized. It's illegal for somebody to go and get raw milk from a farmer in some states.
But knowing that it's coming from a cow is not a bad thing.
Right. Yeah. Because then there's some connection.
You're so smart.
Yeah. Because I mean, think about it, right? If you close your eyes today, and the plate in front of you, are you able to think about the family that actually put the hard work to bring this food to you? So that's like an important thing. I feel like that's like where people need to come back to. It's okay to have all of the treats and all of these different types of foods, but is there a way for you to connect to it? And I feel like that's like my passion over the past 2 years, to like really hammer that down and really bring that home.
And make people remember where it's coming from, so that there's going to be less wastage, there's going to be more appreciation towards this food.
Absolutely.
Although the content is shot here, it's mostly not for us, it's for,
Well, I mean, Sri Lanka, it can also open some eyes for Sri Lankan folk as well. Recently, I was super pleased to find out that certain brands don't really, like international chains don't work here, which is good. Sri Lanka should promote its own food brands and like its locally sourced, locally made type of food. They're not a sponsor on this, are they?
No, they're not. But I don't think they'll ever come as well. No.
Sorry. Yes. Yeah. So
let's get into a break. Just crippling our economy as well. That's our economy. After to stick around. This is Danu.
Danu on Fire, powered by
Celeste Daily. Missing something? Just Celeste it.
Thank you to our friends at Aditya Ayurveda Colombo. Now, you're someone who loves Sri Lanka and everything that is so pure and original about it. Well, this is the real form of pure. They are hailing in Anuradhapura for so many years with the best set of Ayurveda practices that they can give you, and also it just makes you feel so good and rejuvenated because they have the professionals working on your aches, pains, or even just total relaxation. Now this whole form of art has been brought into the heart of Colombo, making it so much more accessible for people who have tight schedules. So I would like to give you this experience at Aditya Ayurveda.
wow, thank you so much.
So when you're done shooting with the Vabdas, you can come and enjoy a nice relaxation.
I love it. Yeah, I'm definitely going to enjoy it. I like Ayurveda. It's very cool.
Amazing. All right, so do check out Aditya Ayurveda today. Welcome back to the show. It's our main course time. I like this show. It's it evolves around food, and that's the best part about life. But you know, this man doesn't eat anything apart from meat, and now he's eating pork.
Yeah, I coconut, mango, seasonal fruits.
Seasonal fruits. Mangosteen, rambutan.
Yeah.
Do you eat durian?
I tried it once. I like the ice cream better than the actual durian.
Yeah, but the smell. Apparently it's very good for performance and all.
Oh, really?
It's an aphrodisiac.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I think that's to go through all that pain to eat it must have good rewards, right?
Well, I mean, you have some 50-year-old man that's just ready to eat a lot of it.
Yeah,
So I think it's worth it.
I know. It's just going to be really bad when you're old. You have an old smell and durian going with you.
Right, but you're still working, you know?
That is true.
So
You're a working old person.
it's a
Durian for the
meaning.
win. Definitely. I'm telling you, everyone near Havelock is always so stronger.
Absolutely.
Yes.
They've got a kick in their step.
I know. And nowhere else.
Yeah.
I have to ask you, so he was part of a team winning an Emmy. I said it right?
Yes.
Then of course, you know, I had him on a show on Date with Danu, and we spoke about it then. You others are like, he didn't win the Emmy by himself, like so many others were there, and what I all just highlighting. I can't bring people from the US for this show. You're the only one who is here, So I have totally talked to you. But you held an Emmy,
Yes, yeah.
How many of us have held Emmys? True.
Absolutely, yeah.
That is true. I haven't held anything.
Yeah, from the same guild as the Emmys, Chicago.
You have it at home.
I don't have it at home, no. I do
No
not.
problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it is a Chicago Midwest Emmy, and it's the same guild as the Emmys. It's very competitive. And for us as a team, and us really being a very young team that took on this challenge and actually won the award,
It's a big thing.
it's a great feat. It's a victory more, honestly, the focus is more than me. It's like a victory for Sri Lanka. It's a celebration for Sri Lanka because it just shows that, you know, people from here, homegrown talent, can actually make it abroad
Correct.
and still retain and be here in Sri Lanka to help impact and influence the industry here
I know.
at the same time.
Even being invited to the Emmy is a big thing, man. Like, you know, it's not
Yeah.
like we don't get those kind of things.
Yeah.
Our ones are really like morose ones, man. But good on you. I'm very proud that you,
Thank you.
did this. Now, now the Vaddas also going to be put for that kind of a competitive.
So yes, so how it works is this particular, again, the Vaddas is not the focus, but it's an element in this
in
documentary.
Yeah, but you were very persistent that be shot here.
Absolutely, because I'm, as a filmmaker, I'm featured in this documentary. And my roots need to be showcased, and Sri Lanka is such an important part of my life.
DNA.
Yeah, and of course my DNA, and obviously knowing where these habits that we've had come from is super important to know. And when I look at indigenous cultures in America and I compare it to here, there's so many similarities. It's insane how crazy close everything is. That means there was something that they all did that was right. And I'm not saying that we should go back in that way. I think the point of me bringing this into this program is really to retain some of those beliefs and ways of doing things so that you can bring that into the modern context. So that doesn't mean that you go out hunting. That doesn't mean that you walk barefoot every day, which is also a very good thing, grounding. But it does mean that you can become a little bit more conscious of like what you're doing, what you're consuming every day.
Yeah.
Which will actually be better for the next generation.
Yeah. In terms of this ideology that you would like to promote, in terms of knowing what you consume, appreciating the source, giving back to the community that's giving back to you, where do you think we could sort of incorporate it in today's modern lifestyle of people?
Go shake hands with your farmer. Simple thing. It doesn't have to be every food that you eat. It could be, like I said, mee curry. Everybody loves curd. Does everyone like curd? No?
Yeah.
I love curd. So like just knowing like...
Have you tried it with putting bananas in there as well?
No, I haven't. I'm one of those weird people that just like to eat curd just by itself. Yeah, I don't like treacle on it. I just like straight up.
You just need to put sugar nicely. Then you slice the bananas into it.
Yeah. I mean, hey, it works. It works with different ways of doing it. So yeah,
It's
it could
not
be
healthy, but
yeah. But curd, again, the raw form, going and meeting your farmer that actually harvests your rice to actually know how that season works. And also just to be aware of like the fruits that you have every day at the store. Is it really supposed to be there every single day? Like, are you supposed to be eating that 24/7, 365 days a week? Like, that's a question that we should be asking, right? Because if you were to walk through a jungle today, anywhere, go to Galoya, anywhere, you're going to see certain seasons the fruit is there, certain seasons it's not. So your body and your DNA has adapted to that. So you should be actually looking at consuming things seasonally as opposed to every single day. It's like that, it's the avocado paradox, right? Like in California, before, like people used to grow avocados like just like small batches, and then somebody said avocados were healthy, and now it's just like a mainstream thing. Like it's just grown like at an intense level, and it's just like killing the soil and killing the land at the same time. But avocados are healthy, so you should eat that every single day with your meal. So it's just questioning where they come from. I feel like that's like...
You give me so much to think about every time I have you on a show, and I'm left puzzled.
Yeah. But that's the thing I don't want though. I would hope people, when they see this program, is not feel like, oh man, I can't do anything. Because that's what people feel already. Yeah. I can't eat eggs today. The scientists say eggs are killing you. Then they say meat is killing you. Then they say whatever.
Just like the avocado story.
Yeah.
They said it's great for you. It's terrible for diabetic. Yeah. It's so full of fat. Don't ever touch it. Then they said, my God, it's the best.
Yeah.
I ate it both times.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it's just, I don't eat it the way y'all have it, like just sliced in sandwiches and all. No.
I would say there's truth with everything.
Yeah,
it's just you have to be selective of what you're subscribing to. If they're saying meat is healthy, I'm not sure that's the case with all meat. For example, in America, they export the same amount of beef that they import. Why is that? America is the second biggest exporter of beef, importer and exporter. Why is that? Because it's cheaper to bring meat from Brazil or Paraguay or wherever, and then they mix that trim, the stuff that they send lean meat out of the country, they mix that with the meat that they bring from other countries, and they mix it all together, and then they say, made in the USA. And so what you're actually eating as ground beef in the USA is a mix of meat from Brazil, Paraguay, and from America, the trim from America, mixed into one, and that's ground beef. So when they say, food is healthy options are there in the US, that's not true. We have healthy options here in Sri Lanka. Because you can actually, even the cow might be leaner, but you would actually get leaner meat here at the same time. But you know that cow is one cow. It's not mixed with multiple things. You know where it comes from. You know the type of grass that it ate or the food that it ate. And so I think it's just streamlined here. It's a little bit more simpler in Sri Lanka.
My neighborhood, the Piliandala cows are very thin.
Yeah. That's like, it's not a bad thing. I don't think it's a bad thing that the cows
You can't get anything out of it.
Really?
Nothing. I've told them as well. The grass is also not so green anymore to eat.
Yeah. I'm not an expert on cows, but when people say, oh my God, your dog looks thin, I'm like, dogs are supposed to look lean. They're not supposed to be like little roly-polies.
Yeah.
And so my dog is very lean, gets lots of walks a day, and she looks like she has a very streamlined
Well, you're
body.
one of those fit dog ones. I don't want to meet my ones. She will discriminate them for being overweight and all. But I have to tell you, there was a time when we brought on Australian cows to Sri Lanka.
From New Zealand? Australia?
Australian,
yeah. Okay.
Australian.
Okay.
Whatever, just imagine our cows having a conversation with them.
Yeah. That sounds like a goat.
Goat, no, sorry.
Yeah.
They say, wow, stop.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think they would have ever got it off the ground.
Yeah, it's different. Dairy cows are like something
No, it's
else.
not about that. It's the language barrier.
Right, of course.
Time for a break. We'll see you right after because I really want to speak about brown skin discrimination from brown skin.
Danu on Fire, powered by
Celeste Daily. Missing something? Just Celeste it.
Thank you to our friends at Aditya Ayurveda Colombo. Now, you're someone who loves Sri Lanka and everything that is so pure and original about it. Well, this is the real form of pure. They are hailing in Anuradhapura for so many years with the best set of Ayurveda practices that they can give you, and also it just makes you feel so good and rejuvenated because they have the professionals working on your aches, pains, or even just total relaxation. Now this whole form of art has been brought into the heart of Colombo, making it so much more accessible for people who have tight schedules. So I would like to give you this experience at Aditya Ayurveda.
Wow, thank you so much.
So when you're done shooting with the Vabdas, you can come and enjoy a nice relaxation.
I love it. Yeah, I'm definitely going to enjoy it. I like Ayurveda. It's very cool.
Amazing. All right, so do check out Aditya Ayurveda today. Welcome back to the show. Our final segment, we are enjoying dessert with a crow in the background.
That's good, yeah.
Yeah.
Quite a lot of crows in Colombo.
And they're quite loud, actually.
Very intelligent as well.
Very intelligent. Yeah, true. I agree. Fine. Coming back to what we are talking about.
Yes.
You.
Yes,
Brown skin discrimination happens from brown skin people.
absolutely.
Yeah, I don't know why, because when you go to like countries where they don't get to see us, called exquisite.
Absolutely. Exotic, exquisite. I mean, that's nothing wrong with that, but I think the moment you start, shaping the mass population
To believe that.
to believe that that's beautiful, that's a problem. And so, like,
Correct.
one of the problems we face as like filmmakers is persuading some of our clients. I wouldn't say all of them. Some of them have come a really long way since we've worked with them. Is that they want light skinned models, and I'm like, that's fine, but what is the purpose of that? Like, you should be able to have a mix or diverse different ethnicities incorporated into the film, the brand film or the resort film or whatever it is that we're doing. I have seen a positive change.
But it's still.
But it lingers. There is still a little bit of that here and there from time to time, where it takes a bit of, which is our job as filmmakers, as producers, to persuade them, help them understand why is it important to highlight our people in this brand film, because it's a part of our identity. If you're putting, people that are from European countries in every single brand shot, then what are you telling the person that's watching it? The person that's watching it is like, dang, I gotta look like that in order to be like something. And it's a very simple thing, right? It's a very simple message. It's like, so if we can fix that, I think we've succeeded here in Sri Lanka. So that's one thing that we're tackling as we're taking steps forward.
Definitely. Well, I think our shade is nice, and I think the world says it. But yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of things. Apart from just skin color, I think it's also just talent, right? Like here in Sri Lanka, there's a lot of people that I think are really, really, really talented, but are not given the platform to showcase their work.
But you're doing something these days which is quite interesting. You're training and working with younger guys like me.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you, exactly. Like Danu, you and I have something similar. We left school after our O-levels.
Yeah.
What were you thinking?
It's like, oh my God, really?
Yeah. But seriously, like out of like.
Sorry, my brain is in the gutter always. Yeah.
Is we left after O-levels and like we're left in this wilderness of Colombo. Like, what do we want to do? How do we do it? And we've done the hard work of, taking the bus, going to all of these places, doing all of that groundwork to get to the place that we wanted to be, right? And so for me, one of the ways of giving back was how do I kind of help somebody that's doing that same thing, leaving school after O-levels or A-levels to get straight into the film industry or the video production sphere. That's not easy as it sounds.
No.
You can go into these colleges and do all of these programs, but are you really getting hands-on experience of what that is? And make an informed decision if this is something you actually want to do. Because as you and I know, and everybody here in this room know, that it's a lot of hard work. It's a lot of paperwork, it's a lot of preparation, it's a lot of like dedication. It's not
And
the 9 to 5.
asking for the price with it also comes with a lot of experience and
Yes.
the way you will speak and create a demand for yourself. Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. And we're shaping demand at the same time, right?
Yeah.
Like it's not like you and I can do something very similar, like do a commercial. Some kid will come and say, hey, I'll do it for 2% of what they're quoting for. And then the industry just goes, crashes. So there's no value to what we do. And so one of the things I'm trying to teach people is when they do come for their internship program is also teach them about how you can support each other. It's not about being a renegade and doing your own thing, but support other businesses. Sure, they're your competitors. Sure, you'll be competing with them, but you can contend in a better way.
And have a stronger industry so that we are competing with an equal piece of pie for everyone.
Absolutely, absolutely. We can go toe to toe with a lot of the Asian regions. We have the skill set, we have the people, we have the experience from everybody already in the industry as well. It's just a matter of how much do we want to value it. And then tourism has also helped shape the film industry, right? With film locations and stuff.
Of course, and I think that's what we need to be doing. We have so much of places that have been just untouched and so beautiful. It looks like the set has been already made here.
Absolutely.
I have to ask you, in the US, when you sort of got there, started working with the team, telling them about Sri Lanka or explaining where you're from, was it strange to them?
We're like, was I a wild man? No, I don't think so. But they were. I think a lot of people.
And him, we have him. Somewhere.
They were taken aback with the amount of content and work that we produced here in Sri Lanka. To the likes. Did they
ask you how do you know English?
They did.
Yeah,
well,
they asked me too.
I think when I was a kid, I was asked that quite a lot.
Okay.
Actually, as an adult, not so much. But yes, I mean, I think it is for them to see somebody coming from Sri Lanka producing content
which is of that quality.
Of that quality in nature. For them, that's like, whoa, Sri Lanka is pretty, then it must be doing pretty well in it. I'm like, yeah, it is. You know, but yeah, it definitely, I can see that people do appreciate the training that we've had here. Sri Lanka has trained me to become the best at what I can be so I can represent us there.
We are good in that, you know, we don't give a compliment easily and all.
That's true.
Like, that is okay. And by the time you want to perfect, you are like Hollywood stand when you get there.
Absolutely.
We are good like that, man. We don't ever appreciate anything. Anyway, on that note, we need to wrap things up. Thank you so much to our friends at T Avenue for giving us the space and time to speak to Jason. Thank you so very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. And anyway, enjoy his work. You can follow it on his social handles. We will see you soon. Till then, you keep smiling. It's all right. Thank you to our friends at Aditya Ayurveda Colombo. Now, you are someone who loves Sri Lanka and everything that is so pure and original about it. Well, this is the real form of pure. They are hailing in Anuradhapura for so many years with the best set of Ayurveda practices that they can give you, and also it just makes you feel so good and rejuvenated because they have the professionals working on your aches, pains, or even just total relaxation. Now, this whole form of art has been brought into the heart of Colombo, making it so much more accessible for people who have tight schedules. So I would like to give you this experience at Aditya Ayurveda.
Wow, thank you so much.
So when you're done shooting with the Vabdas, you can come and enjoy a nice relaxation.
I love it. I'm definitely going to enjoy it. I like Ayurveda. It's very cool.
Amazing. All right. So do check out Aditya Ayurveda today.
Danu on Fire, powered by
Celeste Daily. Missing something? Just Celeste it.